agenda is questions from Velpin.
And those are right here.
Do you wanna read those, or?
I can, yeah.
Beth, I guess you can faster read them.
Well, thanks, John. Go ahead, Beth.
Okay. This is dated December 19th, 2012. It is addressed to myself. And it says, Mrs. Haseman, I am submitting for your review the following questions regarding the upcoming waste hauling bid. Question number 1, the insurance requirement in the bid package is $10 million umbrella liability policy. We carry $1 million and could increase that to $2 million, which would be more than adequate for this contract. We have much larger contracts within the public and private sectors, and our current limits are satisfactory. Question number 2, for the annual cleanup portion of the bid, it does not specify if that is to be performed with rear load trucks picking up the debris at each home, or if a roll-off container is to be provided at a central location. Question number 3, as far as recycling containers go, we assume that not all residents will participate, and therefore the number of containers is unknown. I'm assuming that these containers do not need to be purchased prior to implementation. And then your assistance with any clarification in these matters is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Evan Mitchell, Sales Manager, Velpin Trucking Disposal Company, Incorporated.
Tom, you got anything to say to them first?
Yes, I do. You may be right, although Orleans, Indiana, their contract, which, yeah, they are a little bigger than Odon, but not a whole lot. They do have 10 million. I called them after that question was available, or was asked. As far as roll-off containers, yes, we didn't clarify that enough in the RFP. We know that it's 2 roll-off containers that are provided, probably at the fire station or behind the fire station, which is the way we've done it before. So we can answer that way. That shouldn't be an issue, because we did not clarify it enough in the RFP to say that the spring cleanup would be through the roll-off containers. As far as the
Recycling.
the recycling containers go, it's catch as catch can. And what I mean there is that I wouldn't have a great deal of a problem if a company came in and said, we will provide everyone recycling containers within the next period of time, 3 months, 6 months, something like that. Would everybody want it? I don't know the answer to that, probably not to start with. But the thing is that the whole town needs to be provided the containers over, and like I said, it may be 3 months, 6 months, problem with that, but at the same time, everyone in the town has got to be provided with a recycling container, because that's the intent. We want to get rid of recycling issues we've got out there at the plant, so therefore we want to make recycling available. So I feel strongly that yes, any company has got to provide them. Now, again, in what time frame? Does they have to have them from day one? That's not, I'm flexible. I think we should be flexible on that, but as far as providing them, yes, they've got to provide them to every resident in town, or every household in town.
Well, I read their question here as saying, basically, they don't want to provide it unless somebody indicates they're gonna do the recycling. So then they don't have to buy 600.
Agree with that at all.
Yeah, they don't have to buy
I think that's
600
what they're asking.
containers.
You're right, Rita, but I don't agree with we should do that.
Okay.
One thing, the town has, some time ago, purchased a lot of containers back here. These are tubs. We really need to put to use or get rid of.
About a pallet.
I have no problem with saying that we can provide some containers to the winning bidder, I have no issue with that. But, you know, I mean, that's industry standard, and yes, Velpin's a good company, you know, for all that, but at the same time, they need to provide, and whatever their bid is, it needs to come in and say that we need to provide recycling to the town of Odon. And so I don't, you know, if we provide the containers, more people will do it long term. Whether they think they will or not, we,
Right.
you know, we don't know. But I think that that whoever the winning bidder is needs to provide the containers. And that's just part of the bid. If we can't live with it, then fine. But we need to kick it out there and see what the heck the story is, because we know we've still got a big issue at our recycling plant. So we need to make sure that that's in there.
Well, we know that there will be a number of people who will not start recycling initially. I think a lot of people will pick up on it as it becomes easier.
But they won't if they don't have a container.
No.
And, I think they need, you know, they need to ask for one, maybe, you know, but
What sort of,
it should be nice if the other company wins, says, here's your recycling container, and you don't have to sort it, just throw your milk jugs of your tin cans and whatever in there, and it would just solve a lot of issues that we've got in town, and I don't recommend Ben doing that too much.
so put the containers out there with no indication that they're interested in recycling at all, or should it be on request?
Well, you can say on request, John, but, you know, I mean, we're getting, we've got a lot of negativism, I don't know if that's a word or not, but a lot of negative, comments, we've had a lot of positive comments, as far as what we're trying to do here, but, the big issue that we need to do, when a person says, you know, we know the problem is out there with recycling plant, we know that, and if, people want to recycle, they need the containers, and, you know, I have no problem with saying the ones that we have will provide, and anybody can pick up at town hall. I have no problem with that. But I just think that long term, we've got to think that every household in Odon has a recycling container, and then we can bid farewell to our recycling plant out there, and get rid of that issue.
Well, I think,
Would I be, you know, adverse to think something like, okay, provide, everybody wants them initially, and we've got X number in the town that we'll provide, and you provide the rest, the bump is on request. I have no problem with that.
I think that's good solution.
Yep.
In my opinion, the annual cleanup, I think we've agreed that the roll-off containers, how many do we normally have?
Last year, I think we had 3 each weekend, and we maxed them out. So,
Well, then let's go 4.
and that was a full
take
size
that.
construction roll-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
I would think if we're gonna do it 2 weekends like we've done previously, we've set up 3, they were filled up. The following week, they brought in 3 empty ones for the next weekend.
Well, I personally think once we start pickup, that the volume of that stuff's gonna go down.
Well, I think, you're still gonna, a lot of that stuff is, somebody's got a couch in their basement. Now, the way you've got this set up, they're not taking any white or any bulk items, I think if I understood correctly. So you're still gonna get the big bulk items that they don't wanna load up and haul down to the landfill.
And there's gonna be a lot of it from out of town.
Not that much trash comes down there,
Yeah.
times I've been down there,
Yeah.
people
No,
clean out their
no.
basements or buildings or
Yeah.
stuff, you know,
You're right, Keith.
So,
but
I think 4 is reasonable, and I also think, in looking at it, $10 million is, two, I think would serve our needs,
I do too.
very good.